there, soul shines. I'm Michelle and welcome to my channel. Today it's a creative expression video, which is basically a podcast style video where I'm going to talk about my finished objects, my works in progress, plans for what's coming up, and anything of that nature, and a little bit of a life update or things like that. I think we should call them vidcasts instead of a podcast because we're actually doing video. That's just my thoughts. Okay, so let's first talk about finished objects. And if you haven't already done so, and I apologize about the dog in the background, up here I'm going to put in the iCards a video about my tutorial. It's kind of a tutorial / formula, so even though I crocheted it and I don't give you, like, how do I do it? I gotta tell you what I did, do show you an aspect of what I did, but I kind of work on the idea that you can do it because it's super simple. And if you need more information or if you want help, reach out. I'm happy to. It actually is quite thrilling for me to actually answer people's questions and help them. This is like something that's like, oh, I feel really good when I do that. So I like it if people reach out and ask questions. So yeah, for me, that one is probably one of my, I'm so grateful for it, finished objects, because I started that and planned that over a year ago. And it's kind of been weighing on me, like niggling in the back of my mind. One of those things is like, you need to work on me. You didn't do it. You need to work on me. And I have a couple other things like that too. So it's such a relief to finish that one and be like, I did it. I'm done. I don't have to worry about that one anymore. Another finished object, which I'm also going to link a video here. I finished my adorable little petable object with my daughter, and yeah, she's so quiet. I was like, this is such an entertaining video, but it was still fun. And that was for my Kids Create Challenge. I'll actually probably put the playlist here so you can watch maybe as a third thing. We'll see. I will either put the playlist now or put the playlist when I first said about the videos, so that you can watch the unboxing and the reveal of what I did with her. And it was really fun and it's really cute. Oh, another finished object that I almost forgot about because I didn't really put it in a project thing. I just whipped it up. So one of the yarns I was using was a super bulky Chanel. And my older daughter, picked up a scrap, and she was just playing with it. And she's like, this is a really good fidget. And so I was like, I make you one. So I just quickly, randomly made something that would have little things. It turned out to have 8, so she's calling it her alien octopus. It doesn't have eyes or anything like that, but it's something she can squish. She can play with the tails. She can put it up to her ears, and it makes a really soft sound, so she can have some sound stimulation without bothering me, who gets super stimulated by sounds. So it was just a fun little thing, and I'm going to include a picture somewhere of that, what she calls alien octopus. My granddaughter told her she should name it Aliens, so I believe that's its name. Speaking of my granddaughter and octopus, if you did not watch the mystery yarn, I'm going to put that up here too, the mystery yarn challenge reveal for June. I was able to give my granddaughter and my grandson their things. So there's an octopus in a car, and the car was from May. And I'm just going to put up, instead of the actual video, I'm going to put up the playlist so you can see all of the Mystery Yarn Challenge things I did. But May of 23, so it would be MYC 623, that video has the octopus, and MYC 523, that video has the car that I made for my grandson. And I was able to finally see them, and oh my gosh, my granddaughter turns 5 the day before you guys watch this. So this is going to be coming out on the 10th, and she turns 5 on the 9th. And she loves it. I have never seen anybody react so wonderfully to something I've made before. I'm so excited. She was so concerned that everything got taken home, and she loves it, and it made my day. As a maker, everybody who's a maker, we know that we put a lot of effort into things, and sometimes people get it and it's like, okay, that's nice. And it's kind of a bit disappointing. It's like, I put all that effort and you don't even like it. But my granddaughter loved it. Along with that, my 18-year-old son, he still teases me because it took me so long to do his socks. And he's started learning how to knit, which I think is just delightful. I'm so excited for that. And he keeps teasing me that everything that I do is going to take 10 months, especially if it's a pair of socks. And he's not wrong on some of them. But he keeps teasing me about it. But he loves his socks. And I wasn't even sure if he would like them or wear them or anything, but he loves them. And so it always feels so good when my kids actually appreciate the things that I make for them. So that kind of covers videos, pictures of things. So let me show you some actual physical objects. So one of the things that I've talked a little bit about is I do a tithing project. I don't have a lot of money coming in, and so I want to give back to the Lord and pay tithing, but it's hard when there's no money coming in. It's like, well, then what do I do? And I decided that I was going to give of my time to the Lord. And so on Sundays, I update my snake, which I'm not going to show you snake update today. I will show you that in a couple of weeks. I'm kind of wanting to give you guys like a break from the snakes and kind of every other time do a snake update so that, it has significant updates since the last time you saw it. But I work on that, and so I catch that up, and it's usually a week, sometimes 2 weeks that I haven't worked on it, and that helps me keep up to date on that. It's just like every Sunday. If I didn't get a chance to do it the week before, then for sure I make time to do it. But usually I only have to do a week's worth of rounds, so that's nice. And then the other thing that I work on that day is what I call my tithing project. And these are things, I've made 2 hats so far. And I believe the first one was blue, and I showed that a while back. And then this one I made with extra mystery yarn. I had mystery yarn. This would be from when I made the car for my grandson. I don't have the tag with, actually I might have the tag with me. Okay, I have it. This is Premier Everyday Anti-Pilling 4-weight yarn. So this is what I'm using, and I got some, and it's such a soft acrylic that I'm making hats with it. Every time I see this hat, I think of Crystal at Bag O' Day because she would love these colors. And she likes hats. So I made this one and finished this on the last Sunday in June. And my goal is to make at least 1 hat a month. And then when I get a few hats made, I'm going to find somewhere, whether it be a cancer place or a homeless shelter, somewhere to donate hats to for the people. And that's kind of my give back. So I've already made a blue one. I've made this brown one. And this is one of my finished objects. And I will actually talk about why I have that tag close by in a minute. Then the other thing that I did is, let me put this back in here. My one more finished object are these adorable watermelon socks. I made watermelon socks for myself last year, and they were just so fun. And I had leftover yarn. I still have leftover yarn. This is Regia Cotton Colors Tutti Frutti watermelon sock yarn. So it's like 72% cotton, and then I know it's got polyamide, and I think it's got one other thing in it, but I'm really excited about those. I did a fish lip heel. The heel is 100% cotton. It's the same cotton that I'm using for my snake. So it's Mayflower Junior from Hobby. I think it's technically supposed to be pronounced Hobby, but everybody says Hobby, and it keeps me from saying Hobby Lobby. So they're just really fun little toddler size socks. I've got both of them here. I started these it probably took me a month to do them. And it's not that it takes me a long time to knit socks. It's that I've had so many things. I've had so many projects. Even now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least 13 active projects, or semi-active, some of them. And that's just yarn projects. So that's why. So let's see. That's my finished objects. So let's move on to works in progress. And since I've mentioned this is how much I currently have left of the skein of yarn. So I used the one skein, and then I'm finishing it up, and I've just been doing a 1x1? Nope, 2x2 ribbing for another hat. Oh, it's so squishy. And my plan is to finish this, and then when this is done, I will move into stockinette and finish the hat. And so I'm really excited about this. I cast on like 108, I think. Yeah. And so I'm really excited about this. So this is my tithing project. This is how much I got done this last Sunday. And so that's exciting. I did have extra work on some of my other projects this last Sunday. So I was really excited about, I'm just really excited about this idea. I love this. A few years back, I made a bunch of purple little tiny baby hats, and I just love that too. And I would love to give hats to the hospitals and donate hats to the hospitals, but they seem to just like doing these super cheap. You just take a tube of knitted fabric, and they just cut it, tie string around it, call it a hat. And that's what they tend to give out. And I don't know that it would be any different if you donated hats. I haven't actually talked to the hospital to know, but this is my tithing project. And what else do I have in knitting? Okay, because I'm kind of wanting to save my sock situation to talk about at the end. I'm going to put a picture of the finished mermaid tails popsicle holders. I gave my grandkids the popsicle holders as well as a box of Otter Pops. And so I started another one, and then I got busy with everything else. But I want to make like 2 more Otter Pops before my son moves out of state. so that they have a couple more. So this is one of my objects that I'm working on. It shouldn't take me a long time, but just I have to make myself sit down and do it. So got that. Save that for a second. Save that for a second. Save that for a second. I have not, have I? I don't think I've worked on my silk shawl. This is my project bag, and project bags, because that's what I have. So this is my silk project bag. I have notes, so I know what size hook and stuff to use. I really do want to get this done, but I just don't have it going. And then before we move on to crochet and the rest of my knitting, I'm going to tell you about this. So this, I finally cut out the fabric. This is a half of a circle. I'm making my daughter a circle skirt in this blue, and finally got that cut out, and then that's where it's at. I also printed out a pattern for some shorts to make underneath it, to wear underneath it, and I haven't done anything with the pattern. So I think that's my next step, is making sure I get something done with the pattern. I'm recording this on Thursday. Her birthday's on Friday. So really, I need to get this done. She's going to be going to camp next week. So it would be really awesome if I would just buckle down and get it made for her. However, I don't know that I'm going to do that because of something I'll tell you about in a minute. So this is also my project bag, because that's what I've got. I have been working on my sweater, and I'm really excited about it. So I don't know if I've told you, what I did was put the bottom on hold, hurried and did the sleeves because I wanted to make sure I would have enough yarn to do the sleeves. I'm going to have plenty. I've got probably 2 more inches until I do the ribbing at the bottom. And I'm so excited about it. I'm so in love with it. I have this. This one's a partial from probably when I was doing the sleeves. And that's how much yarn I have left, but I have plenty. And I'm just really excited about it. And so fun. When I get done making this, I'm going to knit a cardigan because that just sounds fun. So super fun and excited about that. Super fun and exciting to use my little butterfly, what do you call those? I don't know what they're called, but they keep the yarn from going off. Project keeper kind of things. So I'm just really excited about this and getting that progress going. I've been learning so much from doing this sweater. Oh, what do I have? Crochet. Snakes. The mystery. I just got the clue for the mandala mystery crochet along. And I'm excited about that. I don't know if I'll get that done this week because I've got a lot going on. So I'm not sure when I'm going to work on that. But I'm really excited about that. I love that thing. I'm so excited for that to be finished. Have not worked on the gloves. Like I said, have not worked on the shawl. I have been avoiding showing you what I was working on. But I'm going to show you. So I have been working on one of the octopus that's a memory game. I was trying to follow her thing, but it was taking me forever because it was single crochets, and I really can't stand single crochets. So I actually started doing linked double crochets around, which makes it go much faster. I already have all of the little legs done in the single crochet, but I think they'll look fine together. I just have to finish this one and then start working on babies. But here's my problem. The yarn that I'm using for that is a Red Heart Super Saver. And the texture of the yarn is driving me crazy. I really do not like Red Heart Super Saver. I would rather, if I'm going to have to use a Super Saver, I would rather, I've been being given some of the Premier. I actually am enjoying that as a value acrylic, and I would rather Mainstays as a value acrylic. My grandkid snakes are made with Mainstays, and I don't mind working with it. Yes, I prefer working with a like higher quality acrylic, or even better, working with a natural fiber, except for wool, because as everybody knows, I'm allergic to wool. Not fair. Just not fair. So yeah, I think that's my biggest reason why I'm not making progress on it, is because I really am struggling working with the acrylic, the Super Savers. But I thought I'd show you that today. I have no reason to keep it secret anymore. I'm taking too long to make it, so Let's see, what else do I have? I think that leaves this stuff. Okay. So, my alpaca socks. They're frustrating me, actually. So, this one here has a heel. Yay! Made it that far. This one here, I have frogged the heel multiple times. And I finally got to a point where I'm like, I frogged, I got it back on a temporary, I do not like these cheap bamboo knitting needles. The bamboo is okay. It's just sometimes I have a texture issue with it. Feels a little weird. But my biggest problem is that all the yarn gets caught right here, and then I'm sitting there having to like twist things through, and it really slows down my progress. But it's fine to keep it on, to put it through here, and then hopefully my goal is to attempt to do the other heel again. Because if I could get the heels done, then I could start working on these again. I will be so happy. I started these last year and then decided that I had too many things to do to work on socks for myself. So I put them off until this year, and I just really am looking forward. They're alpaca. They're soft and fuzzy. I have to say, frogging alpaca, do not recommend. Because it felts together. It's a little bit on the fuzzy side, like there's the yarn halo, because it's natural fibers. I love this yarn. I love working with it. As far as just if everything works fine and I'm just going along, I think that's awesome. I am loving I'm so excited about these, but I'm sure there is softer alpaca out there. I am also sure that I will be so happy when these are done, because frogging these sucks. That's just it. But I want to hurry and get these done. So right now is summer sock camp. They start Memorial Weekend and go through the end of August. And I really want to get these done this month and have that done. But if not this month, I for sure, it's like so imperative to me that I get them done during summer sock camp. That's how important they are to me to get done during summer sock camp. So these actually have a project bag. There's just a little pouch that I got with my planner, and I was like, hey, I know how to use that. So that's one of the socks. Yeah, I actually started these before I finished the socks, but I cast on another pair of socks. I actually used those bamboo needles that I don't like to do the toes because these are being done on 9-inch circulars, and I used a Mayflower Cotton Junior in the color Bordeaux. I'm using that for the toes, and then I'm going to use it for the heels. We'll see if I do a cuff. I don't know if I do a cuff in this color or not. We'll see when I get there. So those are that, and then I have this color here, and this is for sure I have to get done in July by the 28th, and I'll tell you why in a second. But first, this is Regia. I actually can pull out this one. So it's the same kind of cotton as the watermelon. So it's Regia Cotton Color Tutti Frutti. This is in the color grape. And I will tell you really quickly what the yarn, or as my son says, the ingredients. It's 72% cotton, 18% polyamide, and 10% polyester. I was thinking polyester or acrylic was the third, but so that's what this, and I just think that those are, like, I don't even know if you can see, they just worked really well together, the colors. But here's the other thing. Because it's Christmas in July, there is Dana at Wonderlust Crochet has once again done the Christmas in July fairies. I was really hoping that I could be a fairy this year. Life said no, which is really disappointing, but I really wanted to be, and I'm going to try really hard. I'm going to put it in my plans somehow. Even if I were to find a way to save like $2 a month between now and then, at least I could do like a $10 price for, like maybe a $10 price for a semifinalist and 15 for a winner, so that at least there was something. So I'm thinking I might do that because I really do want to be a fairy next year. In one of the fairies this year, her name is Judy, and I can't remember the exact name of her channel, but I will list it in the description box below. She has a monthly cowl, that she does with the flower of the month. And she puts a picture, and she's like, look at this picture, and whatever colors stand out to you, or however you interpret it, that's what you do. And then you send her in the project, pictures of the project by the 28th is what she said for this month. And then she does like a little video of what everybody's done. And I think it's super fun to participate in crochet alongs or knit alongs. She's a crocheter, so a lot of the stuff is crochet, but some people knit. And so I knew that I wanted to make these socks, and it just so happened the picture that she's using is a larkspur picture, and I feel like the colors of this yarn work so well with that picture. I may see if I can kind of do a video screenshot of the picture that she shares in her video, and put them, let's see. If I put the picture over there, I'll put this over here, and then you can kind of compare the colors and see what you think. But that's what I'm doing for her crochet along, or I'm doing a knit along because I'm knitting. I just thought that would be perfect. So I am working on these in the month of July. They're going to be kind of a priority project. I've got both toes finally cast on, and then I want to try to work on at least an inch a day, no matter what's going on. So actually, I'm going to put those aside because that's what I'm going to do right after I get done. And when I say an inch a day, really ideally, probably an inch on each sock. I'm going to do some math, figure out how many days there are until the 28th, possibly taking out the Sundays and only using the Sundays if I have to catch up since I have my other things that I do on Sundays. And I'm going to do some math and figure out how much in order to actually get it done and hope that the heels work really well, how much I would have to do a day in order to get done in time. That's what I'm going to do because I got 2 or 3 weeks. And is that? Let me double check. I have one more project I know. I've got that. I've talked about that. I'm getting ready to talk about that. I talked about that. This. Okay. Double checking. This is my last active thing. So it's another pair of socks. I have not cast them on. I have divided the yarn. I will show you in a sec. And I will talk about what it is. So I have discovered that along with Summer Sock Camp, there is a thing called Sock Week. I believe it's Nitty Natty. Is that right? Oh. I'm going to link her channel down below. I'm also going to link Kay from the Summer Sock Challenge, Summer Sock Camp lady. I'm going to link her down below so you can go check out her videos. She is a crazy sock lady. And she's the one that hosts Summer Sock Camp. So you'll have the 3 channels down below. Also, nope, I think it's too late. If you haven't already joined the July Mystery Yarn Challenge, I'm pretty sure it's too late because should have sent us the emails by the time you watch this. But you can go check out and see if she has, and because the July Mystery Yarn Challenge is afoot. So we've got that going on, and I'm gonna make sure I will link the armchair chef down there. Lori is amazing at hosting these. She's so good to make all the arrangements for these, to match up the different people so that we can send the yarn out to each other. I have my box of yarn there. I am so excited. I'm just waiting for the name of who I've got so I can write out my little note, see if there's anything else I want to add into it. But for the most part, it is ready, and I'm so excited to get my name and get that shipped off as soon as possible, and then get my own yarn and get to making. I'm so excited. And then she also puts, it usually takes her a little while because she tries to give people a little leeway if they've had, there's people who've had illnesses and life events that have kind of delayed them. And so she likes to try to do a collage of everybody. So a lot of times, like the May collage has not come out as of the time I'm speaking, but it may be out before this video comes out. So she's got that going on. She does so much for this, and I think it's awesome. I love that she's doing that. It's been a fun way to get to meet other crocheters, and you don't have to crochet. You can knit. You could make a yarn rug, like the needle punching. You could do string art. They'll just have to use the yarn. So that's happening. So I'm going to make sure that she's linked down below as well. And any patterns that I have, I will make sure they're linked below as well. Got to make sure we have all the deets. So, Sock Week, you cast on Sunday, which would have been yesterday. So if you watched us right away, you can still join. The rule or the thing is, I will put that link in like her website link. Dog. Okay. The rule is that you have to make one full-size sock. I believe you can crochet or knit. You have to use fingering weight yarn. And it has to be one adult-size sock. And if you have 2 adult-size socks, it makes for 2 entries. So I'm hoping that if I work really hard, I can make a full pair of socks because I work 2 at a time. So Sunday, I will be casting on at least one toe on Sunday. Even though Sundays are for my other stuff, I will try to cast on one toe. And then Monday, I will cast on the toe and work as hard as I can on them, which is why I'm not sure how far I'm going to get on the other projects because you only have a week. So it's actually 8 full days. You can cast on Monday. You have to, last day to enter socks is, or sorry, cast on Sunday. The last day is the next Sunday. So it's the 9th through whatever the next Sunday is. So it's sock week. Originally she did it along with Shark Week. And so I'm really excited. So this is the yarn I chose to do because I'm combining two concepts in my brain. We have Shark Week and it's Christmas sparkly yarn. I'm calling it Christmas in July. I don't think I would use this kind of yarn for everyday socks, but Christmas socks are like specialty socks. So I feel like it's okay to wear them because I would only wear them once or twice, maybe 3 or 4 times a season. And so I think they will be fine in this yarn. So I did get that divided up into this. This one's a little bit smaller than this one because I tried to make it so that as I work, my stripes are pretty the same. Some people don't care. If I was making these for my kids, they don't care. I would just start wherever, and they don't need their socks to match. I, on the other hand, need my socks to match as much as possible. So I did one of them smaller than the other because I wanted to try to find the ends. And then, so I have those socks, or those divided up. I have my needle in here that I will be using. It's just a 2.5. I have 2 fairly long 2.5 to do magic loops, and the 2 9-inch to do magic loop. And I realized I want some 2.5 DPNs because when I do the 9-inch ones, it would be nice to have them for toes. Plus, I want to make hats, and it would be nice to. I want to make hats with fingering weight yarn, and it might be nice to have the DPNs for that. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. So this is from Hobie. This is the Christmas Universe yarn, which is 98% acrylic, 2% polyester. Basically, the polyester is the gold sparkle that goes around. It was a 100-gram ball, but like I said, I divided it. It's a 1-weight yarn. The color is 21. What I did was buy a package that had 4 of these cakes in them. And so there's 4 different colors. And I know I'm making these socks for me. I might make a pair of socks for each of my girls. I don't know. But I'm also, hold on, alarms. I might actually make like a shawl, a Christmas shawl with one of them. I think that would be really nice to wear to church on Sundays. Just have a fancy Christmas shawl for December. So I might do that with one of the cakes. I'm just really excited. It's really pretty yarn. I've heard mixed feelings about it. I feel like because I'm knitting, I will probably have less problems with it than if I were to crochet. Because sometimes when you're crocheting with the metal yarn, that has the metallic, sometimes that's a little bit of a texture issue, and I find that I have more problems with textures like that in crocheting than knitting. And so we'll see. Because that's what I've heard. That's like the main thing that I've heard about this yarn, kind of a complaint about it. So, yeah. anyway, I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be my main thing. So hopefully by the time I do another one of these, those should be a finished item. If not, I have failed so quick. Which I'll just do summer sock camp. It will be okay because they will get done really before the end of the summer. So yeah, I have three pairs of socks to get done before the end of August. And one before the July 28th and the other hopefully all next week. So we'll see how it goes. As far as life updates, I'm without a car again. Yeah, I have a code for it. I know kind of what's wrong with it, but I've asked so many different people to help me get it fixed, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we'll help you." And then weeks later, I'm still like, still don't have a car, so I'm very flustered. Hey puppy, what's up? Do you want to come say hi? Come on. Oh, sorry. Okay. So normally I don't share him, but here he is, my doggy. I don't usually have him on video, but he's been so clingy lately. He's getting old. Getting old, huh, puppy? I'm sorry. My daughter has a boyfriend. That's kind of fun. That's actually kind of. I am so excited for my daughter to have friends. Finally, she has had a really hard time. Since she started high school, she had some trauma right before her sophomore year of high school, and it really caused problems all of her high school, and then finally she's starting to come out of that, and so she's getting friends, and it's good to see. But I'm also a little bit jealous because I don't have a lot of friends. I really want a group of people to crochet and knit with. I think that would be so awesome. But I don't even know how to get something like that going. I've made an attempt and it just got brushed off, so. I think if I lived in Salt Lake County, there's a few people up there that I could probably get people together to do crochet or knit or just a yarn group once in a while, but such is life. So I'm super excited for my daughter to have a boyfriend, but I'm a little bit jealous. It's sometimes hard for me to watch her go out and do things, and there's a part of me that's kind of nostalgic for the times when I used to do that. There's a part of me that's kind of envious that she has somebody that's completely smitten with her, because I don't remember the last time anybody was smitten with me. Or at least not that mutual smittenness. Oh well. 4th of July happened, and the only exciting thing happened was that's the day I finished the watermelon socks. I hope that everybody had a great 4th of July or a great Canada Day. Well, everybody has 4th of July. I make people mad because they're like, Happy 4th of July. Somebody posted a meme. What does USA compared to England? And it was like 4th of July's, and it named a number how long we've had a country. And England 0, and then it just listed Super Bowls, how many we've had compared to their kind of this scorecard thing between the two. And I was like, actually, England has had way more 4th of July's than us, because they've been a country in existence way longer than the United States. And people don't like it when I say that. Like, have they had an Independence Day? No. We've had that many Independence Days. They've never had an Independence Day. But they have the 4th of July. Everyone has the 4th of July. I get weird. I've been learning math stuff. So it's been interesting. So on Facebook you have the little math things that come on, and the whole PEMDAS or BODMAS and all the controversy, people not actually understanding what they mean. And so I did a whole post explaining how come you do multiplication and division left to right as one set instead of doing the multiplication first or the division first, that they go together, and why addition. And it's because multiplication and division are both dealing with groups, and addition and subtraction are dealing with individual things. So you have to figure out how many is in the group before you can add them all together. So to me, it makes sense that way. And then I was getting confused about one aspect, and so this is another thing I've learned, and I've realized why I was doing one math problem wrong, and that's distributive properties, and that has to do with the parentheses. And it's because I was taught that parentheses is another symbol for multiplication, like how you have the X that can be multiplication, or a dot in the middle can be multiplication, or star can be multiplication. And so I was taught those, and I thought that parentheses was also multiplication, but it's not. And it actually means distribute. So that is what I've learned recently. Isn't that amazing? That's what my life is about, you know. Anyway. It's so random, right? The randomest things. I've been doing some more decluttering, and that's exciting. I looked over there and saw my plant little things. My plants have been growing so much, and I cut off their pothos, and so I cut off the little sprouts, and some of them have roots that are like this long, and that's exciting. So I don't remember how many I have. I think I have like 6 sprouts in my jar, and I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll put a picture of my plants. The yard looks horrible because it's just not been a priority. I think that's about it. Next week, I don't know if next week's going to be a tutorial or a create with my kids where my daughter gives me a challenge. We will see. And I'll see you in a couple weeks for another Creative Expressions. Remember, I'm not going to hold up anything because I got the dog. But remember, let your light shine through your creations, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!